Ball State men's volleyball, one game into the season so far this year with head coach Mike Iandolo talking about that first game and then also previewing the rest of the season. Coach, after that first match, how would you assess the team's performance?
I thought it was pretty good. We'd only had a couple days of practice when we came back after Christmas, so I expected there to be a little bit of jitters and some things that weren't quite as smooth, and we saw that. But I think for the most part, we did the things that we've been working on. Being aggressive with our serving. Being clean with our reception and being able to score points consistently. And I think you saw that. And then as we get in the season and have more information on teams, we'll be able to play a little bit better blocking defense and be a little more schemed to what we're seeing.
Pat, how would you describe the team's first match?
It was really good. We played really well as a team together. We had a couple practices beforehand, 2 practices beforehand, so we really had to come together and still learn from that match. I think we did a good job of that.
How would you describe the first match for this squad this year?
I'm really happy with it, and I think lots of the other guys were. Obviously, there's some kinks coming in after a long break like we had, but I think the starters did a really good job of kind of settling in, and then we had some of the new guys get their first court time, so I'm proud of how they did, and I think it was a great overall first game.
Should have led with this, but congratulations on win number 1.
Thank you. It was good. I definitely had an unanticipated sigh of relief at the very last point there of that one. It was just like, I didn't know. I realized I was holding my breath on that one, but it was good. It's good to get that one out of the way.
So it sounds like you'd been feeling some things leading up to that match.
Yeah, for sure. I just want everything to go right. There's a lot that goes into what we do, and these guys put in a lot, and I want it to go well for them, and I think we can have a successful season, and it's always good to get that first one, and all right, cool. Now we're off. Season's going. Let's move. Now it's all back to normal.
How would you describe what it's like to have Mike as the full-time head coach?
I've loved it. He brings a great energy on and off the court. He's just like a super nice guy, chill guy to talk to, and he'll get on you if you're not doing the right things, which is a great thing to have in a coach. So I've been loving it so far.
Have you seen everybody rally behind Mike the last 6 months?
It's been good. We've put our trust in him, and he's done a really good job so far. And that's like the biggest thing is to trust him. And we had him the past couple of years, so we know he's a good coach, and we don't have any doubts in him.
When you heard that he was named the official full-time head coach, what was your reaction?
I was super excited. I texted him immediately. I was so pumped for him because I know he had a couple different options this summer and chose to stay here, and we really admire that. So yeah.
You look at what this team is. You bring back so many returning players, so much talent on this squad. For you, being an assistant coach the last several years, now taking over the head coaching reins, how have you seen this group be able to just continue to elevate what it wants to do?
Yeah, we talked about it before and on the podcast, but they just are more focused, especially the older guys. Our seniors are really dialed in with what we need to do every day, and I think we're getting some good leadership there, and they know what they want, and they know that we've been there before, and we know what it takes, and so they need to do the things that we're asking, and it's been really good because I don't have to get on them a whole lot. Every now and then a reminder to not slack off or not take it easy in certain situations in practice. But man, they're really, really pushing hard, and they have a really big goal at the end of the season. And we'll see if we can get there, but we're going to make sure we put in the work to get there, and they're on board with that.
What do you feel like this group is most capable of this year?
I think the biggest thing is we have no expectation going into this year, and that's the biggest thing from last year to this year. We were ranked 5 last year coming in, and we had that number in the back of our head, and now we know it's not important at all. And we're coming in with no expectations. Just going to go out there, have fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
When you look at this group, what is your favorite part about the squad?
I think just how close we are. That's kind of the common answer I think in the past couple of years. But this is a new group of guys that got put together this year. Lots of new guys, but we kind of mesh super quick. So it's always a good thing to have on the court. Some good chemistry. So excited to see that kind of play out as we get into the season.
How would you describe what it's like to be a captain and to be named a captain of Ball State volleyball?
Ball State's a big program, a big name, so it's definitely a big honor, and I'm super proud of that and very thankful for it. And it hasn't really changed how I approach practice and stuff like that, just kind of keep the same mentality, but it is definitely something that helps my confidence kind of coming in, knowing that I'm doing the right things and guys are looking at me. So it's a big honor, and it's something that's definitely helped me out.
You've been here for a couple of years now. You know what it's like to come from break and then have 2 or 3 days of practice before that first match. How were you leading this team to make sure that everybody was ready to go?
Yeah, just stay on top of everything, not making sure we're not taking any point for granted, and working hard every single point. And I think we did a good job, and we're trying to do that this week as well. So yeah.
You talked about it, how fast the turnaround is from break to get started with the first match. How did you see everybody come back from break to make sure they were ready to go?
I think everyone came back ready to go. They all got in the gym. Their ability to get on a court and play or get reps is kind of limited depending on where they are going to. But pretty much all of them had access to weight rooms and the ability to work out. And they went home with a program to keep in shape and all those kinds of things. And they all did. And we came back and, they were a little sore after that first day of practice, but they all were in good shape. Like we weren't slacking in any way. We weren't unable to do anything when we came back from Christmas, which is always the goal. And it's always just a weird challenge that we have as a men's volleyball is that we have to take a break in the middle of what we're doing, and then we come back and we get, if you're lucky, you get maybe a week. We only got a couple days, but it's all good. It's just part of what we do.